Hello and welcome to another episode of Building More Than Just a Body. I'm Celeste Rains-Turk and I am here with someone absolutely amazing, actually the first mentor of my whole entire life and absolutely the greatest guy ever. And his name is AJ and he is so incredible. Like I can't even begin to explain what an influence he's had in my life and the impact he's made on the world in general. So I want him to really express this through his voice because once you hear it and hear him speak, you're going to be like, wow, I have to talk to this guy. So AJ, go ahead. Tell him what you're all about.
Hey, Celeste. Well, first and foremost, thanks for having me on your show. It's an honor. So happy to be here, especially to talk about the stuff that I'm passionate about. So where do I start? I was a chubby kid who turned to a fitness professional. I mean, I was overweight most of my life. At my heaviest, I was 60 pounds overweight. I had big chipmunk cheeks, man boobs, and a big old belly. And I was very insecure about my body. So in my early 20s, it was like the worst. I was at my heaviest. I was insecure. I was depressed. I said, I need to make a change. And that is where I said, enough is enough. I'm going to lose this damn weight. I'm going to get a six-pack abs. I'm going to finally be confident with my body. So that's where I just put myself in a gym. I don't know what the hell I was doing. I was going on the treadmill for like 2 hours a day. I was eating like lettuce and turkey breasts, and I got skinny. I got a six-pack, but it was just frail. I mean, hit my goal, and it was interesting because when I got this coveted six-pack in this dream body, to me, I wasn't happy. I saw even more flaws. I was like, I need to like grow my chest and my arms are small. And then I got more into fitness and I became a fitness professional. And what is interesting was, yes, initially it felt good to lose the weight and I felt more confident. I felt better, but I knew there was something that was missing. So that's when I actually went back to school. I got my master's degree in psychology, and that was like a game changer because I bought the mind-body connection into my business, and my personal training business just took off. And I actually was so compelled by my mind-body philosophy and really understanding psychology. I wrote a book called The Mind-Body Solution. That became a bestseller, and that just grew my online business. And from there, I just really became empowered to like share my message with people, both about having a fit body, a strong mind, but also following your passion. So then I started this company called Online SuperCoach, where I help people discover their superpowers and build an online business from it. And right now, I'm here talking to Celeste, the best, and this is the greatest moment right now.
Yes, it is. Seriously, I wouldn't be doing this right now if it wasn't for you. Like, that is the craziest part about this and why I'm so happy to have you here because when I think back, I'm like, okay, literally, I believe it was a year ago, almost to the date, if not a little bit past. And we started in April, I think. And it's just crazy to know the growth and the support that I've had from you. And I think a big part of that is because as a coach, you have to love what you do. You have to be genuine about what you do. And you totally are. And you can hear it in your voice. And so I want to talk a little bit about how you made that transition, because you mentioned that you were lacking some things, but what was it that was like, okay, I'm super successful as an online trainer, and now why did you want to make other people super successful in it?
Well, that's a great question. I think that when I got my online training business to be successful in my own terms, I was getting a lot of freedom. I was feeling really fulfilled, but I was in a place where I was doing the things I love. You know, I wasn't trading hours for dollars. I was writing books and doing seminars and creating information products, and I was getting a lot of leverage in my life. And the same reason like why I went from a chubby kid to a fitness professional, like being overweight, I was in a lot of pain. I was depressed, and, you know, being in that state of mind, then getting in shape, fitness changed my life. So I was like really compelled to help other people improve their lives, improve their fitness. So I guess the question I asked my students that have access to you before is, what pain do you want to heal in the world? And it's usually something you overcame. So I guess me overcoming being this overweight kid, being chubby, having man boobs, changing my body compelled me to want to help people improve their fitness, improve their health, improve their nutrition. So for many, many years of being a frustrated business owner, being stuck in a gym all day long, just trading hours for dollars, having no type of future growth, I was like, I want to help people experience the same online lifestyle that I have. alarm clock. I get to go on vacation and get to travel. Some days I wear pants, some days I don't. It's a luxury. I want to give people the option, you know what I mean? So it was this ability of giving people the same gift that I gave myself.
Yeah, and see, all I see is your chest up, so who knows what you could be wearing, right?
Mystery, yeah. Like to keep it a
Oh my
surprise.
It's hilarious. So, anyways, touching on what you just said, I love it because, like I just mentioned, I mean, it just shows you're so passionate about it. And so, what is it that drives this passion every single day? I mean, is it that you don't have to wear pants, or what is it?
Well, you know, the luxury and the freedom is awesome because I get a lot of me time, you know, not having to spend an hour or two in a commute, you know, not having to get dressed. I mean, all these things save up a lot of time. And I use that time wisely, and it's a lot of reflection. I do a lot of journaling. I do meditating. I have this park near my house. I take long walks. So I feel that the more time you spend with yourself, the more creative you get, the more inspired you get. So every single day I'm having this abundance of freedom in my life. I learn more and more what I was born to do. And if I could break it down, like I was born to inspire people into action. Every single day I say to myself, how can I inspire one new person in action? So I put out videos on social media. I write blog posts. I do interviews like this. If I could just take one person and get them off their ass and focus on getting a better body, a better business, a better relationship, loving themselves more than I did my job. So my whole life is put through that filter. That is my why. How can I get people to improve their lives, not settle for mediocre, not settle for anything less than their best, and just live this extraordinary, amazing dream come true life?
Yes, exactly. And everybody needs to hear that message because we're held back by the society's idea of living a mediocre life and of just going through the motions of every day. And you're living the life where you don't just go through the motions, you enjoy it and you totally embrace yourself. And I've learned just in the past month or so of really focusing on my mindset that it's a huge deal. And I always preach, you know, self-love is so important, and really spending time focused on yourself is a huge deal because, like you said, you explore your creativity way more on a whole new level, but also you get to show yourself your own value and worth of giving yourself the time. Because if you think about it, yeah, we're the only, literally, we are stuck with ourselves from point A to point B for our whole life, and that's it. So why are so many people giving away their time to others? Or, I mean, not in a bad way, but I'm talking about like they spend hours at work never talking about themselves or to themselves about what they want to do, never exploring their passions, never exploring their dreams. And it's just really heartbreaking. And so it's cool to have people like you and people like me who want others to really explore that and be their best self, because it's just sad that we are living in this society that doesn't encourage that growth and doesn't always allow for it. So I love what you're doing, obviously, because I'm working with you and it's amazing. And so tell me a little bit more about what you're doing every single day. You mentioned meditation. What is your meditation like? Is this guided? Is this you doing it? What is that?
Yeah, so I mean, I have like a kind of like a random meditation schedule. So every single day I have to take 20 minutes to myself. That's what I consider meditation. So some days I'm tired, I take a 20-minute nap. Other days I listen to like different type of soundtracks on YouTube. So I just go on YouTube and I for some reason I like cinematic orchestras, like it's soundtracks to movies. You know, they're like really relaxing, they're really motivating. And I meditate by just counting my breaths. And like I said, it's random. Sometimes I'm like visualizing certain things. So right now I'm in the process. I just sold my house. I'm buying my dream house. So I'm kind of searching for like my dream come true house. So in my meditation, my visualizations, I think about this house. I'm like walking in the bedroom. I'm making a protein shake, looking at my garage, looking at my balcony. It's like these are things that inspire me. And for many of the things that I have in my life currently came a result of my meditations and my visualizations, you know, because I think when you get crystal clear on what you want, and then you're taking those actions every single day, you attract those things into your life. I don't think it's like this woo-woo magical stuff, right? It's the art of connecting your subconscious mind with what you want, so you become more focused on getting that, and you're relentless in doing whatever it takes to bring it into your life.
Absolutely. I could not agree more. And so in terms of, because I know there's going to be tons of people on here from your audience just tuning in and listening, and they're probably wondering, how does fitness, because I'm sure not all of them are into fitness necessarily. So how do you think fitness relates to business and having the best business you could possibly have and living this dream life that you're living yourself?
Well, how you do anything is how you do everything, right? So your fitness, your nutrition is going to correlate in the different areas of your life, right? So I'm an online coach, so I have a fitness business, but also do business coaching. And in both areas, I have a certain look that I want to portray to the world, right? And it's more along the lines of playing the part. If I'm trying to sell a person weight loss, I want to be in shape. I can't be this chubby dude that's telling people to lose weight, right? I have to be congruent with every single thing that I preach. I want to be the change I want to see in the world. So that's one thing from a physical point of view. I want to portray health. Number two, energetic wise, right? So I'm extremely productive, right? I'm grateful for that. I'm not bragging, but from the moment I get up throughout the day, I pride myself on getting a lot of stuff done. That's a secret of my success. And I realize that I have to be in a high energy, high creative state. So my exercise and my nutrition is really based on having ungodly amounts of energy. And when I talk to someone, I want to be in a full, passionate, present place. So right here, this is how I am all the time. I'm just so excited about life. But if I eat like crap, if I'm not working out, if I'm not doing my cardio, I'm going to be a fat slug laying on a couch all day long, not wanting to do anything. So I understand that every aspect of my life is going to coincide with my fitness, my health, my wealth, my relationships, and my happiness, right? So I'm a single guy, all the ladies out there, if you're listening. So I want to attract the perfect mate, right? So in order to find the one, I must be the one. So I must be the person I want to attract. I'm not, I can't say that I want this smart, beautiful, caring, fit, intelligent woman that has good hygiene. There's like all these qualities that a person wants, but it's like, am I that person, right? Am I fit? Am I caring? Am I respectful? So I find a lot of people are looking for Mr. or Mrs. Right. And the key secret is you don't look for the one, you become the one. So when you become the one, you attract people magnetically, right? People are knocking down your door like, hey, let's go on a date, right? Because you are that person. So you would, become who you want to attract. And that's in everything, in your business, in your relationships, in your friendships. So there you go.
Yes, it totally is. I agree. It's even true in fitness. And like you said, everything, because if you're telling yourself that you're fat, you're lazy, you're unmotivated, and nothing works for you, then that's exactly how your life's going to be. And that's exactly what's going to unfold. But if you tell yourself, I'm worthy of more, and I am fit, and I am healthy, and I make great choices for myself, and I impact the world around me because I'm better, then that's exactly what you'll do. So like you said, stepping into that role or stepping into what you want to be is going to bring that and attract that. And so now I want to ask you, how do you show yourself love every single day?
That is a great question. So I actually got this exercise from a good friend of mine. His name is Kamal Ravikant, and he wrote this best-selling book. I think it's sold like 500,000 copies. It's called Love Yourself Like Your Life Depends on It. And it's one of the best books I've ever read. I mean, like I said, I was so impressed by the book that I reached out to Kamal, and we developed a great friendship. He's Mr. Self-Love. So in the book, he goes into like different self-love exercises. But one exercise that I learned from him is called the self-love loop. So what I do every single day, whenever I'm conscious of it, whenever I'm aware, I say to myself, I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. I say it over and over subconsciously. I'm aware of it. Mentally, I say it. Sometimes when I'm at home and I'm by myself, I say it out loud. I just don't say it in public on a bus like, so this guy's crazy. I love myself. I love myself, But by saying that all the time, it goes into my subconscious mind and I truly love myself, right? So that's one thing. The I love myself loop, I just play it throughout the day. It's awesome. Wow. And another thing I do is I take care of myself, right? So I'm a guy, I work hard. I love getting people results. And thankfully, it's giving me a good amount of financial abundance. So one thing that I didn't do in the past was I didn't celebrate my wins as much. So I like nice things, as do most people. So I reward myself with nice things when I have a big win. Let's say I have a successful month in income, or, I get my clients a tremendous result. I pamper myself, right? I'll go out for a nice dinner. I'll have what is called a super happy fun day, which is from the moment I wake up to the moment I sleep, I'm having crazy fun, no work involved, just like being a little kid. I just act like a kid all day long. And it's so much fun eating pizza, eating ice cream. And so these rewarding of like doing stuff for yourself, pampering yourself is very, very important. And then the third thing that I do in terms of self-love is more of like an awareness. So it's just constantly listening to the words that I say to myself, right? So let's say I have this super happy fun day and I'm pigging out, and then like the next day I'm up like 10 pounds, my face is bloated, I go on the scale, and I just listen to myself, right? Because I used to be this overweight kid and I have all these issues with my body and my weight. So I would go into this dialogue like, wow, you got fat, or like all those gains, you lost your damn gains. What happened to your six pack? It's all blurry. You have a moon face, So I'm like listening to myself. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, that's not good. I shouldn't say that to myself. So I just catch myself. I'm like, if I truly love myself, would I say that to myself? And don't think this, if someone's in shape or if they're good looking, everyone judges themselves. So just by being aware of what I say to myself 24/7, that's had the biggest difference in my life.
Yes, exactly. And those 3 strategies are awesome that you just shared. And I'm sure people are taking notes, write that down. I mean, I know I'm going to listen back and do that. Although I incorporate a lot of that stuff in my day, I also tell myself every day, I'm awesome. I am so fit. I am so healthy. I change lives every single day. Like, this is what I tell myself because it's the truth, and you have to recognize that, just like you said, rewarding yourself is a huge deal. And so part of rewarding yourself is telling yourself, you know what, I love myself. And like you said, play it on repeat because it's true. Write it down,
Write it down, because, like Bart Simpson on that wall.
Yes,
so,
exactly.
I think like one thing I want to interject, Celeste, is the fact that like I've been in the fitness industry for a very long time, and like I've been to the extreme. Like I used to do like bodybuildings. I was down to like 6% body fat, and people would say, "Oh my God, you have the perfect body." And I realized that like the perfect body really comes with what you feel the perfect body is, right? I mean, they always say this like, confidence is the best cosmetic. And it's really like, it doesn't matter if I have 6% body fat, 12% body fat, if I have a little bit of chub. If I love myself and I appreciate where I am in my journey and I embrace all of my imperfections, that's the sexiest thing in the world, right? Because it's the same thing with a male or a female. Because I never look at a woman and I'm like, oh my God, she has some cellulite or she got some arm fat. I don't judge her, right? We judge ourselves because we see our flaws, but nobody gives a crap about your flaws because we're concerned about I just found like, yes, when you're working out and you're eating healthy, to be just like you, like, I'm awesome. I'm in great shape. I love my body. I appreciate my curves, my hips, all these things that sometimes we look upon as things we want to fix. But even if you do fix them, you're still not going to be happy. So why not embrace them? Hug your hips, just embrace those arms. Whatever you have, it's your body. And once you feel that you're confident, the whole world will see you as confident as well.
Exactly. Yes, that is so on point with my message in terms of building more than just a body. And it's the truth. And I really believe that you can't achieve this sustainable lifestyle or change without first accepting where you are, and then of course being honest with yourself. Because if you don't accept where you are and you're coming from this place of hating yourself and just like, I hate my flabby arms, I hate these love handles, my curves are just too much, then you'll never be able to commit to change, because you'll constantly see yourself in this negative way instead of, like you said earlier, accepting your wins and accepting your flaws as well, because you have the power to change it, and that's the beautiful thing. So like you said, why not love it in the meantime? And especially because your worth is not at all on your physical aspect, but your physical aspect plays a huge role in how you're going to feel throughout the day, how you're going to feel when you look in the mirror. And you know, when we're all 90 years old, changes that occur and our bodies may not look,
Lots of changes.
you know, like there's going to be some serious gravity effect, and we can't like allow this to we can't allow this to get in our brains, because at 90, who's going to care, you know? So why care now? As long as you care about how you take care of yourself, that's what matters. Because, you know, like you said, you don't have to have percent body fat, 6% body fat, 12% body fat to feel good about yourself. And to preach is, if you know that you're getting stronger, you know that you're able to walk, you know that you can run, you know that you can do one thing with your body that serves you, appreciate that. Because I would never tell you appreciate it because someone else doesn't have it, because I don't believe that. I think you should appreciate it because you have it, because you have this possibility and this ability to do what you want, and you can continue to grow. So no matter where you are, I mean, there's something to love, and look within, because you're probably a very loving, kind, passionate person. And that's what matters. Like AJ, you've probably always been this super passionate person. I mean, your mission and your message is to change lives and to inspire people into action. And there's no way that this wasn't within you before you knew it. At least I'm saying this because I feel like you probably knew it. I think most people know, but it's just a matter of embracing it. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I mean, I'm just soaking in like all that wisdom you shared. I'm like, whoa, because I was just thinking about so much breakthroughs. I mean, I wish I could I'm going to go back and listen to this again, because there's so much knowledge that we both exchanged. But that was some powerful stuff. And yes, I feel like at a young age, I knew I was meant for more. I would have dreams as like a 7, 8-year-old being on stage and inspiring people into action. But I didn't know like how I was going to do it at that point in time. I didn't even know that I could be a coach. You know, this type of industry existed. I'm glad I did. Everything that we do leads us toward a specific path. And I think the biggest lesson I learned is wherever you are in life is exactly where you need to be. Never feel like something's missing, or I should be in a relationship right now, I should be richer right now, I should be skinnier right now. No, you're exactly where you need to be, because in this journey where you are at this present moment is a lesson that's unfolding, and it's your opportunity to learn from it, to become better, to go on to the next path. That's one thing. Another thing is like Celeste, like I'm a huge fan of yours, and I say this all the time because your message is so powerful and so well needed. Like I watch your videos, I read your posts, because what you're saying is something that I wish I had many, many years ago when I was on this journey, right? When I was learning that like, wow, you know, I look pretty good, but why am I still insecure? You know, I have a 6-pack, I'm shredded, but I don't feel comfortable with my body. I'm looking at all the areas that I lack because I didn't love myself. And, you know, I believe in you. I believe in your message so much that, you know, certain clients come to me and I truly feel that you could serve them better. So I refer them to you. I'm like, go to Celeste. She's going to transform your life, because I know your journey, you're going to be able to take them to the next level. And you have, right? So, I mean, people are like, oh my God, you referred me to Celeste. She changed my life. She's amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm like, yeah, you know, she's awesome. So I love referring people, but what you're doing right now is just incredible. So I just want to give you props on the air for that.
Wow, thank you so much. Yeah, that means the world to me. Really, it does, because that's exactly what I want to do. And the fact that my message is out there and it's coming across exactly how I want it to be, it means so much to me. And the fact that you are inspired by it is just like, wow, I feel so awesome. And, you know, I just appreciate you so much because you started me on this path to really stepping into my power and stepping into this message that I wanted to share with the world. So if it wasn't for you, like I said, this would probably not be happening. I mean, I would have found a way, but it would have been a lot harder. And you've really, really allowed me to step into that power. And a big piece of that is, just like you said, having the confidence, enjoying yourself every day and embracing who you are. And I have one more question. Actually, I have two more, but I have one more that's more so about what you just said. So it might come off as a surprise, but what would you say to a man or even a younger guy or just like anybody? So they could be senior citizen, middle-aged, young man, boy, and they're struggling with confidence issues, but they're stuck in this embarrassment of asking for help on their confidence because maybe they think that that's a woman thing. What would you tell them?
Well, that's a great question. I think that's something that I wish I would have done. And I think that I learned very late in life, I wish I knew this earlier, that vulnerability is strength. I grew up the oldest of four boys. I had my three younger brothers, and I saw my dad. And to me, it was like, you're tough. Don't cry. Boys don't cry. You got to hold it all in. And for many, many years, I was holding in a lot of pain, a lot of trauma, a lot of things I was depressed about. And what ended up happening was I got into a very self-destructive path by abusing food. And then I started drinking alcohol excessively to the point I would black out. And I was doing recreational drugs for many years. I was taking a lot of drugs. I overdosed on drugs. And I was like, why am I always searching for these things for happiness? And a lot of it is because I have a lot of things pent up inside that I was never able to express. And it wasn't until long story, I won't get into it on the show, but I had this near-death experience that really showed me that I could have died and, my life would have been over at that moment. And once I came alive again, this happened about 10 years ago, I said, I'm going to express myself fully. I'm going to share my message. I'm going to leave a legacy. I'm not going to just die and be this guy who had a good life and that's it. I'm going to make an impact. I've been given a second chance. And a big part of making that impact was being authentic, right? So the way I'm on this show is the way I'm with my friends, the way I'm with my business, everyone, this is how I am. I'm open. But it took me many, many years to be like this because I was scared to be vulnerable. I was scared to be authentic because I thought people would judge me. But then I realized authenticity is true strength. If I had a mentor when I was younger and they would have told me this, I probably would not have done so much drugs. I probably would not have done so much alcohol. I would have learned to express myself. So, I guess if you're a man at any age, wherever you are, just know that it's cool to talk about your emotions. It's cool to be open, right? I almost died because I held so much things in, right? Because I couldn't express myself. So I was going through a lot of pain and trauma that I self-medicated. But for people out there, just know, like, if you're hurting inside, people want to hear you. People want to help you. People want to listen because we've all been in a difficult place in our life. Some of us are going through a difficult time right now, but my advice is to keep going and to reach out to someone, ask for help, right? There have been so many times where I was depressed, but nobody knew about it because I played it cool and I wasn't vulnerable. The moment I get depressed now, I call a friend, I reach out. I mean, a few weeks ago, I was feeling down. I called Celeste, and Celeste, she gave me this one piece of wisdom that just changed my life. I was like so inspired. I went on my Facebook and I was so happy. I was like, wow, this crazy conversation, it blew my mind. I'm in such a good mood. And I had a choice at that moment to be in that depression and to feel down on myself. But I reached out to Celeste. She said a few magic words and I was a new man, right? So that is the thing. Be open, be vulnerable because, what are you going to do? You're going to stay in this down, depressed state for a week and say life sucks and be this victim, or have one phone call, go to lunch with someone, talk to a friend or a family member, and it'll change your whole life. Like one good conversation will change the whole tangent of your entire day.
Yes, I love it. I love it. That is so true and so powerful. And I'm glad you called me, of course, and I'm always here and I know you're always there. And it's just so cool. And honestly, this episode or podcast, wherever people are watching this or listening to this, is life-changing. I mean, if you choose to take action and take inspired action off of these valuable information pieces that AJ's been giving to us, what the heck. So anyway, so if you take action on those things, you will notice a huge shift in your energy automatically, because I'm sure even just listening, you're like, yeah, I'm getting pumped. Let's go. Because I'm like, okay, like feeding this, like you feed off of energy like that, and should surround yourself with it. So step into these things, take valuable steps into the right direction, and really take all this into consideration, right, AJ?
Exactly. I'm pumped. I'm fired up, Celeste. Like I want to do some push-ups and run around my block a few times, because this is it, right? And that's why like it's so important to like spend time in good conversation with awesome people, right? Great quote is, you are the sum average of the 5 closest people in your life. And it's the same thing in the animal world. I was reading this book on evolutionary biology, and they had the 5 chimps theory that say even in the animal kingdom, every 5 animal that's close in proximity are the average. So these like chimpanzees, they did a study. 5 chimpanzees are like the same well-being, the same strength, the same longevity as all the other chimps. So you must realize like, who are you hanging around with all day long? What are the conversations you're having? What are the goals? So understand like, we're awesome support systems for each other, because we have the same vision of having a healthy life, loving ourselves, being successful, changing the world, and giving back. And the more we do this, we stay in this conversation, it solidifies our cause, right? Right now, we could be doing anything. We could be watching TV or, just who knows, playing video games. But we're here, we're on this call, we're serving people because we love ourselves, we love others, and we know that if someone's listening to the show, it's going to change their life. And I will sacrifice my time to save anyone's life any time of the day.
Oh my God, that was the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. That was so awesome. And just like, I've never ever been able to put that into words. And that was literally perfect. Like, I'm going to write that on my wall, because seriously, that's exactly what this is. And I love it. I love that so much. So of course, I want everybody to be able to be inspired by you more and to hear your message more often. So where can they find you, and how can they reach out to you?
Yeah, sure, Celeste. I have my main website. It's online supercoach.com. That's kind of like a central hub where you could find out about my books, my podcast. I do seminars. Just everything is there. But if you want to connect with me on a personal level, go on Facebook. My Facebook's super easy. You might not spell my last name, but my Facebook URL is facebook.com/AJ Fit, AJFIT. So definitely add me on Facebook. Send me a message. I want to connect with you. If you want to have a conversation, I love conversations, especially with cool people. If you're following Celeste, I think you're a cool person. So let's chat. I would love to just get to know you better.
Yes, absolutely. And everybody take advantage of that and show him some love and appreciation for everything that he shared with us today, because he deserves it. And it's been so much fun, AJ. So other than that, it's been awesome. And I'm so excited to have had you on, and amazing. You've changed my life.
Thank you. You changed my life, Celeste. So it's an honor to be on your show. This was so much fun.
Absolutely. We'll chat soon. Everybody, just remember, wherever you are, make it an awesome day.